Hey guys, I'm Junior with Eclipse CCTV. In this video, we'll be doing a full tutorial on the Eclipse View mobile app. Now, if you're not familiar with it yet, this is the app that we use to connect to our Signature Series cameras and recorders. Even if you don't have our cameras or recorders yet, feel free to download the app and follow along with us using one of the pre-installed demo cameras. If you're looking for information on a specific feature, check out the description below this video to find a timeline breakdown you can use to navigate right to it. Let's get started. The device I'm using for this tutorial is Android based, so the first thing we'll do is go into the Google Play Store and search for Eclipse View. When we open the app for the first time, we'll land on this login screen. You can use this login screen to sign into your existing cloud management account or to create a new one. We do have a full section coming up later in this video that covers cloud management and its benefits, so for now we'll just hit the back button so we can continue. From here, we can use the menu button in the upper left-hand corner of the screen to find the first section we'll be covering today, which is... When you go into your device list for the first time, you'll find that one of our demo recorders has already been added. I do want you guys to see how easy it is to add devices, so for now we'll go ahead and get rid of this entry. Now I'll show you guys how to add devices. There are a few ways to get our devices added to the list. Let's start with this first one at the top. This is how we log into our cloud account. When we use our cloud account, every camera and recorder we have tied in with that account will populate onto our device list right away. If we don't have a cloud account yet, we can use the add without sign up method to add one device at a time using its QR code. Pressing the add without sign up button will open up our camera. We can then use our camera to scan the QR code on our device. Once the QR code is scanned, most of our device info will show up automatically, and all we'd have to do at that point is input the password that we assigned to our device and hit this login button. The third way we have here to add a device to the list is by adding it manually. If you do not have access to your device's QR code and your phone or tablet are not on the same network as your devices, you can add the device manually using this option. As long as you've input all the right information, you'll be able to click Save up top and add your device to the list. The fourth option we have here will let us scan our network to see if we can find any devices. As you can see here, I do have several devices on my network I can choose from. I'll go ahead and select this one, I'll press Add, I'll input the device password, and voila! Last but not least, we have our Add Wi-Fi Device option. We'll be using the ESG RS200 for this example. For this method, we'll have to input the password to our Wi-Fi connection, and we'll also be scanning the QR code of our Cube camera. Once we've done that and pressed the connect button, our camera should show up on the device list. Now that we have a few recorders on our device list, let's see what other options we have available. To the right of each one of these entries, I have access to a menu where we'll see the following options. We can start a live view, which is exactly what it sounds like. This button will launch a live view using the cameras that are connected to the recorder that we were looking at from the device list. We can press edit. This is where we would go back to change any device connection settings if we needed to. If we have devices on our list that we added manually, such as this orange entry, we can come here and use this Bind Cloud Account button to add it to our cloud account. We can also trigger alarm outputs. Most of our recorders and some of our cameras have physical alarm outputs built into them. You can use this button to manually trigger those alarm outputs. The next option we have here is Export Diagnostic Info. In some rare cases, our tech support team might ask you to use this option to send us diagnostic info from your system. The last two options we see here are Import Faces and Import Plates. With Import Faces, we can take a picture of someone using our phone and upload that picture to the face database inside of our signature recorders. That'll allow us to use that picture for face recognition. The Import Plates option lets us input plate characters manually, and then we can add those characters to the database of our recorders for black or white listing of license plates. Let's take a quick break from going over the app to talk a little bit about our cloud management platform. Now you'll notice I said cloud management and not recording. While we do hope to have cloud recording options available for you in the near future, the Signature Series systems and its mobile app that we're discussing today do not record to the cloud. What we can do with our cloud management features is make it so that you can use one set of credentials that will allow you to manage all of your devices under one account. Now I'll show you guys how to create an account and how you can use that account to log in from your mobile device or from a computer. In the description, you'll find a link to our cloud management website where you can also create or manage your account. But for now, we'll go ahead and create the account at the mobile app itself. If we bring up our menu, we can navigate back to our login page. We then have access to our sign up button, which we'll go ahead and press. It's important that you use an email address that you have immediate access to because you will be required to verify a code that is sent to that email. Make sure you accept the user agreement. From here we'll press verify, and that gives us 60 seconds to put in our verification code. I'll go ahead and open up my Gmail so I can retrieve the code. We'll put that code in. It'll ask us to create a password. Once we've done that and press sign up, our account will be available for use. With that account, we can log into eclipseview.com from a computer and see our device list from an internet browser. From here, we can add or remove any devices we have on the list, or we can open up a separate tab to view any of the cameras linked to that device. We can also use these credentials to log into our dedicated client software and pull all of our devices into it in one shot. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get back into some of the more fun parts of the app. Let's get back into the menu and choose live mode. From here, we can use this button in the upper right hand corner to add cameras from our device list. Once we have cameras loaded up, we can use this button to select different screen splits. When we're looking at our screen splits, we have multiple pages that we can cycle through by swiping left or right. Down here towards the bottom, we have a few options as well. Let's start with the first one. If I press snapshot, the app will capture and save a still image from whichever camera we have selected here. I can use this record button to start recording a local copy of that camera's video stream. If I press record again, it'll stop recording and save the file. We also have our quality settings here. If we choose high, we'll get the best image quality available, but sometimes you might be in a low bandwidth situation. If that's the case, you can change the stream to medium or low quality to speed things up. We also have this audio button we can use to listen in on the camera's microphone. Here towards the bottom of our screen, we have our image settings. We can go in here and mess with basic stuff like brightness or color saturation if we wanted to. We can also launch Playback from here, but we'll skip that for now since we have a whole section coming up next on Playback. Next to that, we have our remote config button. This will give us access to some of the settings of the camera itself. We can change its label, we can change its illumination settings. Down at the bottom, we have alarm out, which lets us manually trigger the alarm outputs on our devices. We also have PTZ controls. This will bring up your basic directional controls as well as zoom and preset functions. With this mode, we can move our PTZ camera around and zoom in and out. We can also use our pre-configured presets to move right to areas of interest quickly. We can use our two-way audio button to take advantage of our active deterrence features. This camera, for instance, has a mic and a speaker built in. That means we can use this button to actively talk to a person at the camera side. Yo!
What's up, buddy?
This favorites button is super useful. With this button, we can save layouts of whichever cameras we choose so that we can pull them up easily in the future. All we have to do is choose the split that we want, choose the cameras that we want to see, and then we press the favorites button and give it a name. After naming your favorites page, you can come to this button and find it on the list for easy loading. You can create multiple favorites pages for instant access to all of your favorite views. We also have this close all button that will allow us to clear out the screen of all cameras in one shot. By the way, every feature we just went over here in our live mode section is also available in landscape mode. Alright, let's see what we have here in our playback section. Similar to our live view, we also have a split view button. The difference being that since playback is more resource intensive, in playback mode we're limited to 4 cameras. We can easily load up our cameras by using this button up here like we do in live mode. Once we have our cameras loaded, we can use this calendar option to select the time and date we want to play back. Once we have that time and date selected and we begin playback, we can use this timeline at the bottom to scrub through our recorded video. If you look closely, you'll see there's different colors on my timeline. This makes it easy for me to tell where I can find events that I'm actually interested in. I can use this filter to make it so my timeline only shows me video of when motion was detected, or even better, when one of my analytic rules were triggered. That way I can save a lot of time by skipping right to the action that I want to see. We also have this cool split feature. With this we can choose a range of time, and the app will show us either a 4 or 9 snapshot breakdown of what was recorded during that time range. In cases where you're not taking advantage of our analytic rules, this feature can save you a lot of time when looking for an event. We also have the ability to alter our playback speed. We can go into slow motion, or we can increase the playback speed to up to 4x. Just like in our live view, we have the ability to toggle our quality setting. High will give you a better picture, but low is better for low bandwidth situations. We can use the speaker icon to listen to the audio that was recorded with the video we're playing back. We have this record feature that will let us save a local copy of the stream we're watching. We can press the button once to start the recording and again to finish the recording and save the file. We also have this snapshot button that'll let us capture a still image of whatever we're seeing in the camera stream. And we have our close all button that clears out all our cameras so we can start from scratch. Our picture and video section is where we go to find any of the snapshots or recorded videos that we've saved to our phone or tablet. From here I can share the files, I can export them to the media storage on my device, or I can delete them altogether. Here we can see all the favorites pages we've created. We can use the menu that pops up when we press any of our favorites pages to bring up the option to start a live view using that page. If we go back into that same menu, we can remove any of the cameras we have linked to that favorites page. We also have access to other basic options in here, like the ability to rename the page, delete it, or to export diagnostic info if needed. This is the alarm notification section. This section is very important for two reasons. The first reason is that this is where we need to go if we want to enable our push notifications. After we press allow notifications, we'll be asked to choose which recorders or cameras we want to get these notifications from. We can also decide to filter out which events we'd like to receive notifications for. After we save our changes, we'll get notifications sent to our phone or tablet based on the configuration we chose. The second reason this section is important is because it also stores the push notifications we've recently received. Even after the notifications are gone from our phone or tablet, we can still come in here and retrieve the last 200 entries. We can also filter our list according to event type or device to make searching for an event even easier. Here in our local config section, we'll find some options that pertain to the app itself. We can change our snapshot settings so that our snapshot button captures either 3 or 5 pictures from our video stream instead of the one picture we saw earlier. We can choose how quickly our PTZ cameras move when we use our PTZ controls. We can choose whether our alarm notifications are based on the local time of the security system or the local time of your phone or tablet. We can toggle our temperature unit to our preference. We can password protect the app itself. We have this shortcut to the do not disturb settings on our phone or tablet. We can choose whether or not the app will pause video automatically after long periods of inactivity. We can choose whether our app will automatically scan the network for new devices. And we can also toggle the ability to automatically check for device firmware upgrades. Down here towards the bottom, we have an option we can use to recover device passwords using their QR code. Now here's an important thing to note. This forgot device password feature will only work if you have an email address associated with the main user account of your NVR or IP camera. If you do, then you can use your computer's internet browser to navigate to the forgot password link of your device, and that'll generate a QR code. Now we can come back to our phone or tablet, press the forgot device password button, and use our camera to scan that QR code. Once the code is scanned, the app will send a code to our email address. We take that code and enter it on the login screen on our computer and click Next. Here we'll enter the security code one more time and create a new password. And last on the list, we have this data usage button that gives us some details about how much data our app has been consuming. The last section we'll be going over today is Remote Config. Here under Remote Config, we'll find some options that pertain to the cameras themselves. If we go into any of the cameras on our device list, we'll find that we can rename our camera. We can also configure its illumination settings, some of its basic motion detection parameters, and the recording schedule the camera will use to record locally. And there it is. That pretty much covers every aspect of the app that I can think of. If you can think of something I missed, or you'd like to share any of your questions or suggestions, please feel free to do so in the comments below. Don't forget to check out Eclipse CCTV for more info on our security systems, and hit that subscribe button to make sure you don't miss our next video. Thank you for watching.